Welcome to my vlog. Today, we're gonna discuss the what is stateless and the stateless group and the reason behind their statelessness. Let's go. Imagine waking up every day knowing that no country recognizes you as a citizen. No passport, no legal rights, no official identity. This is the reality for millions of stateless people around the world. What does it really mean to be stateless? According to the UNHCR, or the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, a stateless person is an individual who is not recognized as a citizen by any country under their laws. This means they have no legal nationality to provide them with protections and rights. But how does someone become stateless? Today, we'll explore some of the largest stateless groups in the world and the stories behind them. The first statelessness group is the Rohingya. The Rohingya have lived in Myanmar for generations, particularly in Rakhine State. However, in 1982, Myanmar government passed a law stripping them of their citizenship, claiming they were illegal immigrants from Bangladesh. Even though many had lived for years or centuries, or for decades, they have faced extremely discrimination, denied education, freedom of movement, and jobs. In 2017, Myanmar's military launched a brutal crackdown, burning villages, killing thousands, and forcing over 700,000 Rohingya to flee to Bangladesh. But since neither Myanmar nor Bangladesh recognizes them, they remain stateless, trapped in refugee camps. The second stateless group is the Palestinians. So, the Palestinians was the people became stateless after the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. More than 700,000 were forced to flee their homes when Israel was created, and many have never been able to return. Today, millions of Palestinians live as refugees in Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, and other countries, often without full citizenship rights. The problem worsened in the 1967 when Israel occupied the West Bank and the Gaza. Without a recognized independent state, the Palestinians struggle with travel restrictions, lack of legal protections, and ongoing political instability. The third stateless group is the Kurds. The Kurds are one of the largest ethnic groups in the world, without their own country. After World War I, they were promised a state under the Treaty of Sevres in 1920. A later treaty in 1920. The the Treaty of Lausanne divided their land among Turkey, Iraq, Iran, and Syria. Since the Kurds have faced decades of oppression, in Turkey, their language and culture were banned. In Iraq, Saddam Hussein launched chemical attacks against Kurdish villages. In Syria naman, many Kurds were denied citizenship. Even today, despite having a autonomous region in Iraq, their dream of an independent Kurdish state remains unfulfilled. The fourth stateless group is the Bedouin, the forgotten people of the group. The Bedouin, meaning without nationality in Arabic, are people in Kuwait and other Gulf nations who were left stateless after these countries gains independence. Many are descendants of nomadic tribes that lived in the region for centuries. When Kuwait became independent in 1961, it granted citizenship to some residents but left out thousands of Bedouin due to poor keeping record keeping and political decisions. In 1980s, the government officially labeled them as illegal residents, even though many had no other home. Today, they struggle to access education, healthcare, and jobs. The fifth stateless and the last stateless group are the Roma, the stateless nomads of the Europe. The Roma people are originally from northern India, migrated to Europe over 1,000 years ago. However, their nomadic lifestyle and discrimination kept many from being officially registered as citizens. During World War II, the Nazis targeted and killed hundreds of thousands of Roma. Even after the war, European governments often refused to recognize them, leaving many Roma without birth certificates or legal identity. Today, thousands of Roma children across Eastern Europe remain stateless, unable to access basic rights like education and healthcare. Why does statelessness happen? Statelessness occurs for different reasons, including the first one is the discriminatory laws, like the Rohingya and the Bedouin. Second one is the political conflicts and displacement, like the Palestinians. The third one is the colonial borders and historical disputes, like the Kurds. The last is lack of birth registration, like what happened in the Roma. What can be done? Organizations like the UNHCR work to reduce statelessness by pushing for legal reforms, helping statelessness people gain citizenship, and pressuring governments to recognize their rights. Statelessness is a global crisis affecting over 10 million people. These individuals are invisible in the eyes of governments, yet they have voices, stories, and rights. We must raise awareness and push for change. If you find this video informative, share it to spread the message. Bye-bye!